Welcome and thank you for everyone that's jumped on. I know it's about, I think it's 5 a.m. in Melbourne or in Eastern Australian time, but I am holding this live stream for all the people basically that are a huge following that we've accompanied in, just let me move this, in the US and all around the world. So a lot of people have said to me, and I've got a lot of questions and Q&As here this morning for your time. It's midday our time. And what they've asked me, they said, Lee, look, I want to know, let me get my shoulders in. I want to know how do the successful people, or how do the people that have great success, ease, freedom, money, wealth, abundance, how does their mind work? And, I'm still a student. Yeah, I won't say, well, I'm the guru, I know everything about this. This is more about the people that I have, been around and I've been a leech to. I'm like, tell me, teach me. We met Grant Cardone the other day and, we asked him about his success. We asked him about, can everyone learn this? And he says, yes, of course they can. It doesn't matter who you are, where you've started, or where, what education you've had. I know that when I started through my journey, I wasn't very illiterate. I could hardly type. I'd be typing like this. Now I don't even need to look at the computer. And it's all about, conditioning yourself. And, you might not do good at the start. And that's the difference. People that have got that obsession will just push through, will be uncomfortable, you'll get embarrassed, you won't like it, and people will laugh at you. Big shit. At the end of the day, that doesn't matter. If you are so fixated on your goals, you will keep pushing through. A lot of like Oprah and Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and all these amazing people, Warren Buffett, they didn't just start off bang, they had the money, they had the wealth, they had the knowledge, they had to work on it. And that's the difference. If you're going to worry too much about what people think, or look, people are looking at you, or they're saying that, then you're going to be on their energy vibration. What that energy vibration means is that you're going to worry too much about them, energy vampires, and you're going to go down to their level. A true leader and a true person of success, and a person that's going to be of massive influence, you're just fixated on your goals, and all you see is tunnel vision. One thing I will say, this is a big learning and a lesson for me, is that I know Richard Branson says, take the opportunity and work it out later. I speak to a lot of people, and people want the answers, and people like your posts, and people get on, they go, look, Lee, I need your help, and for free they will take up your time. But when you say there's an exchange for money and service, they come up with all these excuses why they can't do it. People will tell me all their problems of how they can't achieve their goals, instead of not telling me how you can fucking tell me everything, how you can achieve the goal. Not, well, I'm at work and it was busy and this happened and it rained and I don't have the time, I don't have the money, things are tight now. You are telling me everything why you can't succeed. Successful people will tell you everything how they can. You tell me something and I'll tell you I'll make it happen. If I haven't done it today, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it the next day. This is the difference between successful people and non-successful people. So stop telling yourself and everyone else why you can't make it. Look, if people come up, the biggest thing, I don't have time, I don't have the money. Well, if I had a gun to your head or your family's head, will you find the money? Will you get the time? Of course you will. That is the difference between you knowing you're wanting success or you're not wanting success. That is the difference right there. So I'm sending out this live message because people are waking up in Australia, and I want this to come and give you a kick in the ass. I've been up all day and I've been looking at everyone's success at the moment, and you might think you're getting good results because you're just idling, and it's not good enough. I don't want good. You don't want good. We want great. Yeah, in beast mode, we are leaders. We are not followers. We are not people that just idle on average. We make shit happen, okay? So this is why I put a message out this morning, and yes, it was a kick-ass, but it was the truth. If people weren't doing that, I wouldn't be telling them. Yes, it had energy. Yes, it had a couple of F-bombs. That is all strategized. So you will see, go, ooh, it makes you realize, it makes you pay attention to what I'm talking about. Yeah, look, I don't say anything to disrespect people. I don't say anything to hurt people's feelings, but it is the truth. Can you be performing better? Yes. Are you going down the right path? Yes. Don't ripple the tsunami. Hello, Nui. Good morning, my brother. So people tell me that they say, oh, but I've got no time, and it's just too busy, and this is happening. Well, is success going to worry about that? Are you going to do what you've always done? Are you going to stay in that job, or are you going to just keep finding excuses? It's not good enough. And the why I say this is that I have I have trialed and I've failed, you know, as I say, from zero to hero. And that's a little bit of a punchline, which is, I'm going to send you a little secret for that. But I don't want to hear why you can't succeed, why you can't take the opportunity. One thing I'll say, I'll be honest, yeah? With our services, I know that they work for people, yeah? And it's not, well, I'm trying to sell you on something. I'm trying to get you in my thing because I don't need the money. Me and Regan we are very comfortable. It's all about a service. But if I gave you the service for free, which I would love to, you would do nothing with it. Do you know what I'm saying? But you need to have something in exchange of time and value. So you're going to appreciate that. You're going to appreciate your time and you're going to fucking do something with your life. So the right mindset is successful people will take up of every opportunity. You know in here, if it's right, if this person's the right person to be working with, yeah? You know that. And if you know there's value that you're always there in the interaction and you're listening to the person's webinars and you're liking the posts and there's that interaction, you're doing that, then why aren't you taking the next step? And the reason why you're taking the next step, because you don't think that you are worthy of success. You need to be obsessed. You need to say why I can't do it. I've got no time. I've got no success. Well, if I told you, if you were doing this program or if you were studying and holding yourself accountable and I showed you a year from now, you would pay $1 million. Straight up. This is what my coach told me 5 years ago. He said, Lee, if you do this, start doing that, getting up that, change your mind, read this book, go and do this course, go and see blah, 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 work with this person, and in 1 year, I'll show you your life. And I'm like, yeah, no worries. And I sort of just went through and I made it up as I go. And I watched a couple YouTubes and a couple podcasts and read a couple books. And, I was just basically, it was a poor man's education. I was making it up as I go. And I'm like, I'm getting through. Then I saw other people that started on the same path as me. And all of a sudden, it was just boom, boom, boom. They just kept blowing by me. Then I'm like, and even Regan as well, I'm just like, hold on a second. Why are these people getting their success? Because they're invested. They're invested in others. Yeah? If someone's talking shit to you. You know if someone makes a match, because not everyone's going to make a match with everybody. But if you know someone that is basically, hey, this person, this is how I like to roll. I like to be not rude or aggressive. I just like to fuck the fluff. Take the fluff away from it. Take away all that scatter. I want to tell people how it is. Let's get to the result. And then if you want to hold hands and sing Kumbaya later on, then we'll do that, yeah? But yes, I make friends with all my clients because we are such a match and we're very similar. But that's fantastic. That's a bonus. Let's just get to the result. Let's get you the result. Let's get you happy. Let's get you out of that fucking, that average existence of conformity and living below average existence and doing shit that you're so much better than. Let's get that sorted, yeah? So what I say to people, yeah, like even before I done my webinar, I had 30 people jump into the 8-week course because they trusted it. And I looked at them, and what I like to do is I dissected their brain. And I'm like, okay, why have these people jumped in and these people haven't? Then I'm asking questions. What was attractive to you? Why did you want to do it? This and that. Then that was a perfect strategy because these people like Lee, we know it. This sounds so good. We feel it in our heart. We feel it in our soul. Let's do it. Let's work it out. I don't have the money, but I'll get it. I don't have the time, but I'll find it. These are the people that stay. If they stay in that state, they are going to be super successful. And that is something that I inspire from, and me even dissecting their brain, I learn a lot. Then on the other hand, the other people that I don't have time, I'm stuck in this job, or I'm studying, or I'm doing this, I'm doing something else, that is a recipe for disaster because people are going to come to you and say, here's $1 million, and you're going to find every way not to take it into your life. You're going to send out, oh, I can't, If you want to live your normal life and do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. So keep doing that. But if you want to do something different, or if you want something different in your life, you need to do something different. And if you look at someone and say, hold on a second, this person's come from here and here, got the result. I connect with him personally. He's not a shit talker. He's someone that tells it. He's someone that has got our best interests at heart and a huge heart. Then you can say, hold on, there's something here. Why aren't you going for it? Because you do not believe that you deserve the success to get it. Because if you did deserve the success, if you loved yourself enough, you would do everything in your power to make it happen. You do everything in your power to get the shit done. Okay? Just having my cold pressed coffee. So what I say, Stop telling me, the world, the universe, people around you, why you can't be successful, why you can't take the next opportunity. Because your internal language will either make you or break you. And at the moment, it's breaking you. So people that want to be successful, you need to have all the resources and say, hey, I'll get that happening. Why can't I do that? Because if I said to everyone, do you think you can be a millionaire? People will lie and say yes, probably maybe a half. I'll say a half because a person, maybe one person out of 10 will go, yes, I can, and truly believe it. But the rest of the 9 will just be like, oh, yeah, but really half their subconscious is going, bullshit. And that's the difference between successful people and successful and non-successful people. It is all about that you fake it. When they say fake it till you make it, and you are faking it. You do the education, you do courses, you go and spend all this money, but you don't apply it. Because half of you, or half of your subconscious, or say 70% of your subconscious doesn't believe you're supposed to be successful. And that is the problem. That is a big issue here. I remember my PA was sending out all these messages to people about the 8 weeks, and then it was like 30 people that I don't even know, like I don't even know their names, and I don't mean to be rude. These are just new people coming through. They jumped on board. And that's why I had to ask you the question, what made you jump? What made you do the course? What made you want to do that? We don't even know each other. And they said, look, Lee, I know you. I've been following you. It's not that I know you. I know myself. That is the difference. They don't need to know me. They know it's an amazing product. They see my journey. They know where I've come from. They go, look, Lee, I know myself. And that's why they want to do it. Not that these other people that don't know themselves, you're not going to fucking have the success. You're not going to have the partner of your dreams. It's not going to be obtainable. Because people say, look, Lee, hold on, you're wrong. And I go, I probably am. Look, I'm happy in my life. Living at a flat line. Working big hours, but there's a better life. People say, but I'm happy like that. I don't need more money. My health is okay. Or where I'm living is all right. Okay, all right. If you're happy of living below the line of an average existence, that's completely up to you. But if you want abundance, if you want wealth, you want health, you want happiness, if you want to have all the best things in life, to give your kids fucking the best food, to give your kids the best education, to buy your wife beautiful rings and all that nice stuff, and keep a smile on their face, keep them safe and healthy, then that's a difference. It's up to you. And everybody would want the second option. People go for the first option because it's safe. That is the difference. And that is the choice that you have to make. Me and Regan sit down, we think, we've got our empires, we've got our own shit all happening. And we sit down and go, why are we doing this? Really, where are we going? We want to get to a point, and this is what Grant Cardone said. He goes, I don't want just, I want to be protected. I want to, fly private. I want, not even thinking about, hold on a second, well, I can't do this because money's there, or I can't do that. He doesn't want to even have that. He just wants to be able to do what he wants, when he wants, and be protected, and at the same time, change hundreds of thousands to millions of people's lives and give people that existence. If we can all do this, the world will be such a better place. And this is my mission. This is Regan's mission as well. And that's what it's about. It's about, we come from humble beginnings. Regan is just an amazing creature. For 4 years old, I think, she's had a brain of a bloody 50-year-old. I come from humble beginnings. I've been a fantastic athlete. I've been, talking. I haven't been very illiterate, as you know. I can't really speak good English, but what is good, as long as I get the message across. And like I said, I couldn't even type. I was like boom, boom, boom. Public speaking, I was very bad. I couldn't even, let alone speaking to, thousands of people, putting videos up, getting on stage in front of 10,000 people, doing this, and even communicating, getting that. I'm like, really? So if I can do it, anyone can do it. And there's a lot of men out there, and obviously we talk to mainly the men because beast mode is the masculine core. But what we talk about is, I see these men and they've got fucking so much potential, but they've got so many excuses. They come in and they don't really do anything with them. They do a little bit of this and they do a little bit of that. But in your mind, you think that you're doing the right way. You've got someone that's been there, that's been exactly as you, or even lower than you, that's found the right recipe, and they go, here you go. But you want to recreate the wheel. You want to change it. You want, oh, no, it's not for me. Or you let other people that are fucking experts about nothing, that don't have results, get into your head and cloud your judgment. I don't understand this, So as I go, and as we go back, is why are you going back? Why are you going back to your old ways? Why are you telling everyone why you can't do it? I don't understand. Like, I speak to people and they can go on a holiday Yes, the holiday is important, but you won't invest on yourself that you could be going back and having 10 holidays. You could be having a clear mind. Do you know what I mean? And people say, oh, well, I've got no money. Then they go on a holiday and they spend that money on rewarding themselves. But once they come back from the holiday, they're fucking even worse because they've got debt. Their mindset isn't grown. And then they're worse than they were off before they left at a holiday. And I used to do this. I remember when I had to save money, I remember I had to go and do all these different processes and then I'll, get my credit card and I'll fucking book my credit card out and then, it's fantastic. It's basically like a Band-Aid. When you go over there and, oh yeah, I'm on holidays, and you go back and you fucking fall on your head and you need a stack helmet. You haven't spent the money in investing. So it's crazy. If you're in pain and if you don't have the results you want, why are you celebrating? Why are you rewarding yourself? Oh, because it's going to be okay for now. I'm going to put a Band-Aid over the pain. But once the holiday's over, you're going to go back. It's going to cost you money. You haven't evolved in anything. Maybe you've relaxed a little bit, but you're right back in that same, right back in that same perspective. That's what I don't understand. Why are you guys doing that? This is not a success inner mind strategy. A success inner mind strategy is, when you connect with people, you want to copy them, you want to model them. What have they done? How do I get there? You customize it to your own values and you get there. I see people trying different things, and because it doesn't work straight away, or they get the results, or they don't get likes, or they don't get fucking comments, it's not working. You need to it's not going to happen overnight. If you keep hard on your goals, if you keep fixated on where you want to go, people will have respect, people will trust you, people will know, hey, hold on a second, this guy's getting a result, he's not just an overnight sensation. The universe will say, hey, this person really wants it, and everything will start coming together. People will start trusting you, people will start to know who you are. It's like all of a sudden, who's this movie star? And then all of a sudden you see these great movies, respect, you have a huge empire. Who's this sports star just came out of nowhere? Do you know, like Phil Heath, the bodybuilder? It was Jay Cutler, it was Arnold, it was Ronnie Coleman, Flex Wheeler. And all of a sudden, this young kid came from nowhere and he's been in Olympia for the last 5 years or whatever it is. Because you build yourself up, people get to know who you are, but you need to stay strong on the path. And that's the difference is people the road's a bit bumpy, they fall off and they don't get themselves back up. And then they try a different path. But they never get to the end goal because they're trying all these different paths because they haven't got their goal initially. It doesn't matter. Do not care what other people think, as long as you're not hurting anyone. Don't worry about what this person says, or you should be doing that. You need to stick to your goal and be strong on it and just keep moving forward. You might not be having wins. Look, I'm a high achiever. If I'm not, moving mountains every day, I'm like, this is not working. Then I have to pull myself back and say, hold on a minute, I'm doing good. I could do better. Actually good's not good enough. I'm doing great. I could be doing better. You don't want to go, I'm so shit, I hate my life, I'm a loser, I'm this, I'm that. And that's what people do. You get yourself down, and as they call it, depression, which doesn't even fucking exist. I'll make this up. I'll make this scenario up. Oh, one bad for. There's no chemical imbalancement. That's what they fucking tell you. Oh, here's an antidepressant. Or here, take this remedy stuff. It's going to make you feel better. It's all bullshit. You make yourself feel better in here. Do you know what I mean? I know people that have got more money than I'll ever have, and they make themselves unhappy here, and they look around, they drive Ferraris, they make $150 million a year, and they're not happy. But do you think they got depression? No, they fucking haven't. They make it all up in here. That is the problem. And that's what we're happening. We've got beauty, we've got magic, we've got all of this stuff around us, but we choose to destroy it. So, the difference between the powerful mindset of the super successful, the rich and famous, or whatever you want to call them, they take up every opportunity. You know in your heart if it's good for you. They will take up that opportunity. They'll grab it by the balls and then they'll work with it. They will tell everybody how they're going to make things happen, how they're going to be successful, not tell everybody. And that's simply what it is. The people that took the course, they told me that they deserved it, and they told me all the reasons how they're going to grab this course by the balls and they're going to change their life. They didn't have any negativity. Then everyone else that's got, I've got no time, I've got no money, I'm doing uni, I'm doing this, and fucking I got abducted by aliens, or there was a tsunami and it blew me away. They're the people that are going to have resistance in their life because it's a strategy. Someone will give you $1 million. Oh, is that fake money? Oh, I don't like that currency. Oh, the money's dirty. Can you fix it up? They will find a problem with every solution. And I'm sure a lot of you will be watching this when you're getting up and you'll go, fuck, that's me. Because that used to be me. You will find a problem with every solution or every path to success. I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't like Lee because he's got a shaved head and one of his eyebrows are longer than the other, I don't like because of whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's all this stuff that people say, and it's just to keep you in your comfort zone to say, you know what, that's okay. But you know what, I'll put up an inspirational post. I'm doing my bit to the world, or I'll like this. It's all a fucking cop-out. So if you want to play with the big boys, you need to be a big boy. If you want to sit there and fucking, oh, I wish maybe and I could and, you know, just live an average existence, then keep making up those bullshit excuses. Keep telling yourself, tell others and tell the universe all the reasons why you can't be successful. Or if you want to flip it, like I did 5 years ago, and I will tell myself, I will tell others, which I don't really care about telling others, but, you know, if you family or friends, whoever deserving, why. And I tell the universe all the reasons why I'm going to be successful, all the reasons why I'm going to be a leader of mass influence and help people. Because I look around, especially being in America, yeah, and there are so many lost people in pain, so many people that have got these amazing abilities, got all this potential, but they are just lost in their own false fucking predicament of the world, and they just live an average existence, okay? So what I say to everyone as well, and obviously there's this recording. The reason why I've done this is because, you know, I walk around and I'm very entwined and I'm very connected to people's energy. Someone could be standing there and not even say anything to me and I know what they're thinking, not completely what they're thinking or what they're going to do. You know, like I remember the other day I was out with Regan. I said, look, come over here for a minute. And there was a guy that walked in and I felt his energy in the shop. And I said, come in. She goes, why? I go, this guy, you know, his energy feels bad. And what happened? He started a fight at the Walgreens. He walked through and you could tell he was scattered on drugs. And, you know, he didn't give anything away. He was in a suit. He had, you know, common suit, you know. Doesn't mean if you're in a suit, doesn't mean you're successful, you got money, you could be a fucking pedophile, you know. But he was there and I said, well, come away from him. And you could tell by his energy, you can tell by his aura. And when you become to that, when you have higher consciousness, what I teach, you know, universal consciousness, you can pick up on that. You know, especially when I say to Regan, how are you feeling? Oh, I'm okay. No, you're not. You know, especially all women say that. Are you okay? No. But in, you know, deep down, they're fucking going crazy. You know, you don't need to be fucking Superman to understand that. But Jess is laughing at me over here. So these are the things that, you know, when you know something's good, yeah, when you know that this is what you should be doing in your life. And I understand people, I go to people, tell me your goals. And they're like, well, I don't know. All right, tell me all your problems. They fucking, you're experts about telling your problems. You need to flip it around. Become experts at telling the universe, look into the mirror and say, these are my goals. Because the thing is, and it's a simple philosophy. You don't need to be an NLP master practitioner or a fucking wizard. People are too associated with their goals. They are too connected with their problems. They are too connected with the no's, I can't, I won't. But I say, what about your dreams? What about your goals? What about your inspirations? How does your life look and where you're going? And, you know, they make it up because, oh, I better say something to fill it in and, you know, I don't want to feel like an idiot that I don't know my goals, but it's just made up. So what's going to happen? You're going to get made up results. You need to become obsessed with your goals and clarity, and no one will fight. You need to be, and I always say this, you need to stand guard at the doors of your mind. Otherwise, people, communities, situations, society are going to brainwash you and you are going to be a pawn or you're going to be a fucking slave. That's what it is. Jobs are modern day slavery. Look, I know other people work for other people. It's not that bad. It's not the majority of it because a job stands for journey of bankruptcy. Yeah, I know people that have worked fucking 60 years and then they go to retire and they struggle. Or they come out of retire to do a part-time job because they don't have enough money. Is that living? That is fucking, that is crude. Or you get $400, you know, a week, whatever it is, the dole. You know, and I remember when I broke up with my ex-fiance, I went on the dole. And you know how, like, crippling that was? And I'm in the line with fucking these junkies and, I won't say no-hopers, but these people weren't holding themselves very accountable or very fucking classy. And I'm like, what am I doing here? Coming from fucking living in a nice place of Melbourne and having this and having cars and having that and having properties. And I'm like, what am I doing here? And that's what you should be saying. Even now from where I'm at, I'm saying, okay, what's next? What am I doing here? What's next? And that's what you have to do. It doesn't matter how much you grow or where you are. You need to keep growing. You need to keep getting uncomfortable. Keep telling yourself what is next. Keep looking, because what happens is people do a course, they do uni, or they do seminars, or they'll go and do their job, and you get caught in that. We are creatures of habit. If you become a creature of low existence, low vibration, you're going to do that. You need to find something that's going to motivate you. And unfortunately, humans are motivated in pain. Your partner leaves you. You're putting on weight. You look in your bank account, you've got no money. Something happens, there's a death in the family, or you're sick and you're looking up at the roof of a hospital. Oh, I better do something different. I better stop smoking because I've got lung cancer. It is fucking crazy. Why you have the opportunity, why you were blessed with health, knowledge, fucking time, everything. Start changing your life. I'm a person that people go, Lee, you look good, man. You're healthy now. Fucking no, I don't. I want to. It's not about looking good and comparing. I want to inspire people through my actions, not because of fucking all this talking what I do, the Donald Duck as I talk about it. I want to be inspirational. When I was sick, and I was really I was battling hard because it was, I'm trying to I'm not trying, but I'm pushing through, and my energy's low and that. And the thing is, we're humans at the end of the day. Yes, I think I'm fucking immortal, like Grant Cardone said as well. If he could be immortal, then it's game over. And that's how I was thinking, and I was burning myself out. But that's how you guys have to think as well. You need to be bulletproof. You need to go, okay, cool, you know what? I've got this goal, I'm comfortable, and this is going good, I've lost my weight. Then what's next? The thing is, you don't need to become a perfectionist. You don't need to become crazy and keep, doing your own head in. But if you're not constantly growing, even if it's a little bit, you're dying. If you're not turning the wheel, you're going to turn it back. And before you know it, you go back to your old ways. It's like walking forward with a big lucky band around your waist. If you're not constantly walking forward, then you're going to trip up and you're going to go back for a sixer. All right? So another thing I say as well, when I speak to people and, offer them my advice, or offer them my service and that, I look at people's lives and I know a lot more about people than they think I know. Just even, again, energy alignment, seeing presence on Facebook, but obviously that's not accurate because anyone can put fucking anything up on Facebook, you know what I mean? But you can just tell by people's wording. You can tell by people showing up on posts and people even, how they're liking or what they're not liking. And it's really funny that, you say to people, oh, well, and this is mainly, I'll say for mainly men, they've got this big ego, well, I've got my shit sorted and I'm very happy and, I've got all my stuff together. But deep down, they're crying inside. And this used to be me. It's like, okay, cool. That's what you need to be vulnerable. Well, I've got my stuff sorted. Or guys that just go to the gym and they've got this big body, but they think their life is sorted. But they're stacking shelves at Kmart. Or they put that much juice in their body and they think people are going to respect them, but then their mind's fried and behind closed doors, there's all this bullshit going on. Hold on a second, man. Is that balance? Beast mode is about balance. Total domination means having balance in your life. So if someone comes and gives you a hand, don't go, I've got my shit sorted, and then behind closed doors, you're a mess. Be vulnerable. Be a real man. And this is the problem is I've been speaking to a lot of men and the old-fashioned men go, well, you're a man, you sort it out, you don't need any help. Really? How's that going for you? Do you know what I'm saying? I always look for coaches. I always look for ways to break myself down so then I can rebuild myself. Break myself down and rebuild myself. You break yourself down, when you rebuild yourself, it's like muscle. You break your muscle tissue and then you rebuild yourself. So drop your ego. If you know that someone's reaching you out, then obviously there's a reason why, because look, this is another thing. Someone that's been connecting with you and wants to make a phone call and then, they see what you're doing and you get them on the phone, they go, oh, no, it's not for me. Why did you say okay to the phone call? Why did you like my post? Why are you writing, have that interaction? Because you want to change. I don't go and look at, I go and like someone they're fucking talking about cars, and then I get on a conversation about cars. I don't give a fuck about cars. But people that, get on there and they're liking it and they even make a time to get on the phone, you want to change, but then you get scared. You're liking posts, you're getting on webinars, you even organize a call, and then when you get on the phone, self-sabotage kicks in, you say everything, you find every problem with every solution. Well, it's not for me, and no, I don't have this, and hold on a second. If you really wanted it, which you do, you really want it, why would you like the post? Why would you get on the webinar? Why would you okay for that call? Then that's the issue. People make up the bullshit excuse. Why would you make the time to like that? There's so much shit that's on my news feed, but I'm not going to like someone that's, fucking talking about killing animals or something. Oh, and then someone goes, well, do you want to discuss something? No, hold on a second. I will be involved in things. And this is what's crazy, that I see my clients that have got clients. I see other people that have interactions with people, and it's so funny that, you know, when it comes to the crunch, when the people want to make a change, oh no, I can't, this is not for me, oh no, let me think about it. You know what? If there was no tomorrow, would you think about it? If there was no tomorrow, would you say there's no time? If there was no fucking tomorrow, would you say you don't have the money? This is the difference between humans that are at a average existence or humans that are above existence. People that are successful make shit happen today, and then tomorrow they don't even think there's a tomorrow. Then you've got the lazy asses that make every excuse, that have got the smart ass remarks and replies and tells me everything about why they can't be successful, and oh, it's all right, I'll do it tomorrow. Fuck tomorrow. There might not be a tomorrow. Work your ass off today like there's no tomorrow. Simple. We spoke to Grant Cardone, and he says, I work today like there's no tomorrow. I actually worked yesterday like there's no today. That's even a step fucking around the other way. And he talks about how he aligns himself, how he's just obsessed with his goals. He goes, there's no maybe. I'm going to get there. The only thing I need to wait for is time and space to meet up. And that's exactly how I think, and that's exactly how you have to think. If you want to fucking pretend, and if you want to put on this facade and you know, this tough boy image, and you're fucking basically trying to make it up as you go, then do that. Because what's going to happen, you're going to get found out, you're not going to get results, and you're basically, you know, it's eventually going to get hard and you're going to fall on your ass. Or you can be vulnerable, and this is for men and for women, and you can start saying, hey, you know, what is this opportunity, you know, what's coming tomorrow? Oh, that's it, Josephine goes, fuck tomorrow, yes, that's me, and what now? That's how it needs to be. You guys need to, guys and girls, when I say guys, you know what I mean both sexes. You need to get shit done today, because you need to build up that muscle. You need to build up that urgency. You need to build up that, you know, send off that energy, repetition, that momentum. Your turbine of success needs to keep spinning. If it's not spinning, then you're making it up as you go. And if you have to keep, you know, starting to go again, but if you're spinning all the time, you're already ahead of most people. You know what I mean? You don't need to make it up. You've got momentum, and momentum is energy. It's exposure, it's confidence, it's belief. But if you have to, well, I need to start being successful, people don't know where you are, you don't have networking, you don't have the right energy, you don't have the belief, and you're basically going through life with a fucking backpack of rocks on your back and the handbrake on. So it's not the way to live your life. You need to be a person of urgency, energy, and of conviction. You need to say, look, if I had a gun to your head or to your family's head, or if you had a sickness and you had 6 weeks to live, you're going to have a bee in your bonnet. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have a poker up your bum, and you're going to make shit happen. You're not going to get tired. You're not going to feel sorry for yourself. You're not going to make every excuse under the sun why you can't have it. You will fucking push hard. Why do you need to be motivated in pain? Because we have been told to be lazy. We've been taught, we have been conditioned with conformity to just do what's enough. Just do enough. You know, Grant Cardone says, why do people do enough? Just enough. Scrape by. Sometimes enough doesn't even get you by. You need to do more. You need to do whatever it takes. See what that says? Whatever it takes. Every morning I wake up. My fiance wants to chop my hand off because she thinks that this tattoo looks ready. You know, hand tattoos. That's up to her. But I cause problems in her relationship. You know, she's my fiance, because how much that means to me. I get up and I go, am I doing whatever it takes? You know, I've been up when we're in Vegas, you know, waking Jess up, our film crew, at 2 a.m., not having sleepless nights. In Miami, you know, we stayed up to 5 a.m. because of the time difference to get out, you know, to get out there. So what I say, you can look at this and you can look at all the problems. You can say, oh, geez, he's a bit aggressive. Oh, look, maybe that painting behind him's not good enough. And no, you know, I don't like his t-shirt. You can look at all the fucking problems, or you can sit there, drop your fucking egos, work like a crazy man, work like a crazy woman, and actually get some fucking results, yeah? And that's what it's about. Oh, he said the F-bomb. Well, I do that on purpose, because I'm sitting here all boring going, well, guys, I want to teach you about the life of, you know, philosophy. We're real people. We swear, we cry, we have sex, we do all that stuff. So what's the problem with me talking about it? If you don't like it, then put yourself in a bubble or become a fucking, you know, stone statue. It's simple. I like to talk to people about the truth. I want people to connect, you know, being real. And look, it's very early in the morning now. And the reason why I want everyone to get on in the morning and see this is because I want to give everyone a kick in the ass when you get up. You know, what time is it here? I think it's 1 p.m. here. You know, I'm going to go enjoy the sunshine in LA. But I really wanted to give you this kick-ass message today, because I see people functioning around 30%. I see them walking around and I'm sick and tired of hearing everything why you can't do this, why you can't take this opportunity. Like I said, I don't want you to think, if everyone thinks, you know, like, oh, the business and people are just trying to sell me into the services. We don't need that. What we have got, it's not about the money. You don't need the money. We're very, very comfortable. It's about helping you. If I could give you my services for free, you'd do fucking nothing with them. But if you pay $1 million for something, are you going to think you're going to get value? Of course you're going to get value. Do you know what I mean? So you want to find a medium. You still want to give value to people, but you want to make it reachable. So I give these services to people, or even all this free knowledge and my time when I could be enjoying fucking LA is because I want a better existence. I want to be able to help thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, because unfortunately our world and our society, we look like fucking zombies, and we go here and we do that, and the majority of people do not have fulfillment, do not have abundance, do not have the health, or they don't know where they're going in lives, and you're walking around like actual zombies. That movie, fucking Zombie Nation, where do you think they got it? It's the way we live. It's fucking Zombie Nation. So get up, watch this. It's been half an hour. I wanted to give you this kick-ass message. Stop telling me, yourself, and others and the universe why you can't take this opportunity, and stop being fucking good at saying what your problems are. You know, if you say what my problems are, I'm like, oh, I can't really think of it because I don't have any fucking problems. You need to start getting good at telling me your dreams, telling the world your dreams, telling the universe what your dreams are. Because unfortunately, people know what their problems are. People know all the reasons why they can't do this. I don't have time. I'm a shit cunt. I keep telling myself all this stuff, all these other bullshit excuses, which people, this is what people say to me. Tell me all the reasons why you can. Tell me all the reasons why you can be successful, why you deserve to be successful. Like I told you, those 30 people, actually 32 people now, that joined my program, I said, look, can you just tell me, what is your method? What is your train of thought? What is your success strategy? Well, Lee, I believe in myself that I deserve success, and I believe in myself enough to take this opportunity, and you've just given me the system. You've just basically showed me the way, and I will make it happen no matter what. What you've given me is way enough. You could give me one of those subjects and I'll make it happen. Then I look at the person that didn't take the opportunity. I go, I just want to know how you're thinking. Oh, well, I don't know if this is for me, and I'm doing this at the moment. I'm really busy. I'm really busy at living an average existence. I'm really busy of doing the same shit job I like. I'm really busy studying something that's not going to get me nowhere, you know, and I'm going to make it up. Let's be real, yeah? Let's be real. Are you fucking happy with the life you've got? No. Do you see the difference here? And this is not me saying it. This is me dissecting people's brains. The person that's got conviction and will be successful, or the person that has got a limiting belief strategy that's going to drive them right into the ground. And what I say, which one are you? It's a choice.